Now, breaking news from 13 Action News.
Chopper 13 fast and first over Canyon Springs High School in North Las Vegas. That's very close to where an 18-year-old male has died in a shooting just west of the baseball field. That's according to police. The school is on Alexander Road. That's near Commerce and Craig. You see it on the map right here.
And 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels has been on the scene there since the news broke this afternoon. And Joe, you have the very latest from police.
Yeah, Todd and Tricia, this was an absolutely terrifying situation for the students as well as all the parents, as you can imagine, involved. Hearing that there was a shooting near a school, that's enough to send really anybody into a panic. Take a live look right now. These are all of the parents that are waiting to be reunited with their children. There was about 500 children, or students I should say, on campus when the shooting took place, and they put everybody into lockdown. Let's get right to the video here from Chopper 13. This occurred just off of school property, kind of near the baseball fields, we're told. Police are not exactly sure if it actually involves a student at this school or if it was just an incident that spilled kind of onto school property. This happened just around 2 o'clock, just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. There were reports, we're told from police, that there were hundreds of 911 calls that came in reporting an active shooter, perhaps multiple shooters, and the situation kind of quickly evolved from there, but police got here quickly on scene and realized that was not the case. But still, the word got around, and parents sent into a panic. We spoke to one parent. She's got two students here at Canyon Springs High School. She says one of them on the football team, and she was terrified. Take a listen to what she had to say.
I was nervous because they said it happened at the football field, and my son had just got to practice, so I was scared, and they were worried too that it was my son, but he's okay. I'm still nervous, but they're fine. And
yeah, certainly very nervous, and a lot of folks very thankful that their students are safe here. Police say the suspect is not behind bars or in custody at this moment. They believe that this might be a targeted shooting, and they not sure of the motive just yet. They're leaning perhaps towards a gang-related shooting, but they're still trying to sort all of that out. But here at the Canyon Springs, things kind of winding down for the moment, but the police investigation just beginning into the situation. There is quite a lot of police activity just to the west of where we're located right now. And I just want to tell you really quick that traffic is affected at the moment. There are vehicles up and down. This is going to be, Chris Oman, if you can show it really quick, this is going to be North 5th Street, and traffic at a crawl here. There's vehicles parked on both sides of the street as parents kind of get here to pick up their students after this rather scary situation. But as you can imagine, of all days, the flag here at half staff, parents going to be hugging their students a little bit tighter tonight, given this very scary situation, very scary news, but thankfully no other victims to report in all this, and police still investigating. Reporting live, Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.
Yeah, Joe, scary indeed today for sure. Now, I know you were just trying to figure out and sift through all this information, but we understand this happened near the baseball field. Any indication that there perhaps were other witnesses here or other students in the area? Do we have any inclination as to that aspect?
Yeah, so police are still sorting through exactly what led up to the shooting and trying to get to that all-important motive as to why this happened. There is a huge presence of police I can see kind of on the other side of the parking lot that we cannot get to, where there's flashing lights, there's crime scene tape, and because police said there were hundreds of phone calls that came into the 911 dispatch center. North Las Vegas, a much smaller agency than perhaps their neighbors in Metro Police. So their call takers absolutely inundated, both taking 911 calls at one point, just absolutely overwhelmed with the number of people that were calling in. So logic would say that there was probably a fair amount of people that witnessed the shooting and called it in and reported it. So that is something that police will be working very diligently to get to the bottom of and try and talk to as many people as they possibly can to figure out who was responsible. I can tell you that police say they have recovered a gun here at the shooting scene, so it remains to be seen whether that was the actual weapon that was used in the shooting. That's something that police are going to be looking at. And we also just heard that there will be school tomorrow, there will be school in session, and they will have counselors available here at Canyon Springs High School for any students that have been affected by this shooting. And while we've been out here, I have heard there was someone just crying off to our left here. So clearly someone's child affected by this, 18 years old, but still a child in many people's eyes. That person not going home tonight.
Awful story. Joe Bartels, thank you for the very latest tonight. Well, we want to recap some of the events here today. Police say that at the time there were less than 500 students on campus at the time of the shooting. There was no threat to the public or surrounding areas, according to police, and students are definitely let out of school right now, but they were held for a little while at
Right,
school.
and this happened, like as Joe just said, around 2 o'clock this afternoon, but at this hour, right now, just a little bit after 5 o'clock, police still looking for the shooter right now. Police do not believe, again, this was a random shooting, that this victim was in fact targeted. This victim pronounced dead at UMC. Again, Joe just updating us saying that a weapon has been found. Also, there will be counselors tomorrow at school.
That's right. And we first alerted you of this situation online. That's where you can get breaking news anytime and any place. Just get the free KTMV mobile app, and we will continue to stay on top of this story for you on the air.
All right, we're also new at 5. As the number of traffic fatalities continues to rise here in Las Vegas, we looked into exactly how you could try and prevent being in a crash.
13 Action News reporter Austin Carter is in our live drive. And Austin, how did that self-defense driving course go that you did today?
Well, Trisha, I got behind the wheel with a local self-defense driving expert, and I got to tell you guys, there's some things I didn't even think about before taking this course today. We want to share some of those tips with you, tips that could potentially save your life.
97. That's the number of traffic-related fatalities so far this year in the city of Las Vegas. We've heard from police